Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your March reading. So, I meditated on your energy, laid down the first layer of cards, and this month I am also using a deck, an old deck that I have of major arcanas, to pull one just to have the energies of the month, mainly that major arcana energy. And for you, I pulled the Hermit. Here you go. And as you can see, the Hermit, yes, it is going within, finding our own light, our own spirituality, our truth, our inner master to guide ourselves. And here, on the first depictions of the Hermit, you always had a snake, because wisdom, this is like the Kundalini, this is like awakening, cosmic intelligence and things like that, often represented as a dragon, as a snake, as something like that, like the Chalices of Hermes, where you have those two snakes crossing each other, because from venom we make medicine. It's that knowledge here. And he has his esoteric knowledge in his pocket here with the magic square. So that tells me that at some point this month, Sagittarius, you will have to go within and find your own light and your own truth. Maybe not rely on what it will be happening outside, but more your own truth. So, first card that came out here, I have the Page of Cups. That's a message, an emotional message, or those few first moments that we have just grabbed an Ace of Cups, and a higher level of consciousness, of emotional consciousness, that gets into us, and we are kind of testing the waters with it. It is more of a timid energy, but in this case it is talking about a communication, maybe of emotional source. After that, I have the Two of Pentacles. So whatever that Page of Cups is, this kind of puts you in a emotional unbalance, in an unbalance of kind of brought a new information, and you kind of don't know what to do with it, how to react to it, because you're holding two realities. This is Shiva, the dance of Shiva. This is Jupiter in Capricorn. So we have this energy that wants to enhance, in Capricorn that wants to be focused, disciplined, grounded. But here, whoa, that was kind of too much, and it kind of ungrounds us. So it asks of us that discipline here. And in your case, I think going within and using your higher intelligence, your higher consciousness to deal with that, and know what to keep from that information and what to throw away. Because after that, I have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So see that pentacle, that here there's a decision that is going to be taken in the middle here. What do I keep from that? It's like hearing about something, and part of that information can be sabotaging, can be untrue, destabilize you. And so what do you keep from that in your reality and move on with? Because with the Seven of Swords, it's either, for some of you, what will be in that information you can use to maneuver yourself in a very strategic way, but this is the thief in the night. And for others of you, this information has the effect of disempowering you, like making you fall into a disempowering state. Under the Page of Cups, I have the Knight of Swords. So I think that information, and under that I have the Nine of Swords. So I think that that information, first of all, will be delivered maybe very quickly, maybe not in the most diplomatic way. And it will bring a lot of worry inside of you, a lot of anxiety. Oh my God, you know, it's a source of facing your demons, facing your anxieties, your worries, and things like that. How do you take this communication? Here, being destabilized. After that, I have the Three of Cups. So this could be coming from friends, from people around you. Are you going to spread what you have heard? What are you going to do with it? And under that, I have the Eight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So that tells me, see, we're going from Two of Pentacles to a Page, only one Pentacle, and deciding to leave behind whatever the emotional effect that had. Either by acknowledging it and therefore being able to leave it behind, or, you know, it's like it's gonna touch a sensitive part of you. Maybe an old wound, something that will awaken it so you can face it and leave it behind and keep only one pentacle, only one grasp seed of what you want to grow in this life, and apply energy on the one you want to walk with. Here under our Knight of Pentacle and the Seven of Swords, I have the Four of Cups. That's an energy of boredom a bit, not believing that life can give us more than what we have experienced until now, limiting ourselves so we don't see that Ace of Cup. It can be denial also. Maybe somebody here is telling us a big truth we don't want to see, so we are not seeing it. No, this is my reality. Or we are just limiting ourselves there and not seeing it, you know. For some of you it can be an offer, but an offer that brings anxiety because you have to face something with it. So you're gonna have to go inside and find your truth about it. Not to miss the opportunity, maybe not to sabotage yourself, but be able to take that opportunity and bring it. So finally, the last cards that I have the Tower, I have the King of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So the Tower, the King of Pentacles, and the Chariot here. So whatever it is, the Tower is here to deconstruct, to crush down something that is no longer, but anyway, you have like maybe the awakening of it, the realization. Oh my God, the lightning can come inside. That information from the divine can come inside and crumble maybe the structure I have put on around me. Because here I decide to leave what no longer serves me behind. So the rest here can be the awakening, the understanding of what I didn't see. Maybe a little shock there again. King of Pentacles, we have the Page, the King. Your capacity of actually mastering this. Page, Knight, King. And then the Chariot. The Chariot is telling me that here you are going to align your unconscious and your conscious to move forward, to grow, to advance. This is fast moving forward. It's a success card because when we are aligned, our unconscious and our conscious aligned, we don't sabotage ourselves anymore. Things are happening, our moves are actually point on and direct. We're vibrating at a high vibration, so of course we're going to attract success. The things we invest ourselves on are going to be successful. So it's kind of a success is a side effect of that vibration. Bottom of the deck I have a judgment. So this is a process of rising your vibration here. But it starts with something that kind of disturbs you. So let's clarify this for Sagittarius. For the month of March, I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Call upon my guides. Help me clarify this reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay. Page of Cups. What is the Page of Cups for Sagittarius? What is the offer, the communication, an emotional communication? Okay. Eight of Pentacles. This can be an offer. For some of you, this can be like a professional offer. A compliment at work, compliment on what you've been doing and creating. So that's good. But you seem to take it a bit harshly though. It destabilizes you. For some of you it's going to be a compliment. For others of you it's going to be more like the page reverse, where what is expressed is more negative. Let's see. Two of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. You're on the defensive. And the Star. So it could be something tells you something. Somebody tells you something. Puts you on the defensive. Reminds you of all of the battles you lost. In a sense of, you know, the wounds we had in the past. And here with the Star, this is like, because inside of us we know our worth, we know what we're supposed to do, and sometimes we can receive critics of this can be like a critic of what you're doing from someone, and it's gonna hit you emotionally. We always get that, but you have to understand that the person that gives when you do something in genuine, you put your heart, you're genuine in it, you're not butching or doing things halfway, you're putting your heart in it and doing your best with integrity. The critics that you get will be from people that, first of all, probably can't even see what you're doing. They can't acknowledge, they can't see. Of course we can have constructive criticism, you know, and that's perfect. You just take it, because nobody's perfect, and we can always grow and make what we do better. Fine, that is beautiful. But sometimes you have people that just can't say a compliment, that they just need to bash, to spread the venom. But that speaks more of them than it does of you, if they are looking for the negative. I knew someone like that. All she could do was look at the negative spot and speak of that. The rest could have been completely perfect. There would have been one chip somewhere. That's where she was pointing. In you, in what you did, and all of that. You have people like that that nourishes themselves from that. So you should not let that crumble your core, destabilize you. You have to know who you are and what you offer. And at the same time, have the humbleness to know that there's always space to get better. So it's a fine balance. It's the dance of Shiva. This I take and this I destroy. I don't take, but I do not let it affect my being and my worth. So not to, to continue your path and not let yourself be disarmed by a critique. If it's a constructive critique that comes from the heart because somebody wants what you're doing to be better, you take it and you say thank you. And if it's just negative because the person just has to spread out radical energy, dark matter into some kind of venom wording, then that speaks of them, but should not affect you. All right. And maybe that's why the hermit is there, because the hermit knows, has the wisdom of his light and his inner master. Okay, show me the Knight of Pentacle and the Seven of Swords. Six of Cups. So that could, hit a tender chord that goes all the way to your childhood. That's the tender chord. That's where you have the hook, where if somebody tells you something personal that hurts you, that's where the hook is, where it can actually affect you. Its seed is in the childhood, in your past. Well, it doesn't have to be childhood, could be like first marriage. It depends where you are in your life. So at the same time, that means that this is where you have to go and look in your heart chakra to kind of find that inner light. Show us the Knight of Swords here under the communication. Woo! Okay. Well, that's a lot, so I'm going to take the first one, which is the Four of Swords. And then I have the Queen of Cups. So, yes, it does affect you emotionally. Four of Swords. Here, I'm going to show it to you. These are the Rackham drawings that they associated with tarot cards. So, Four of Swords. Usually you have this man laying on his tomb, praying, and there's a sword on the tomb, and there's three swords on the wall of his past heartaches, and he's trying to understand them. So you see what it is, kind of this harsh communication maybe will bring up those three swords, like the disappointments and the heartaches in your past, but it is for you to understand them. So for some of you it's going to be a harsh truth, or part of it will be a truth, and you should look at it. Three of Cups. Okay. So, Three of Cups and the Three of Wands here with the lady on the balcony. The Two of Wands and the Four of Pentacle with the chest here. So we have two Three of Wands. How do you take this? Two of Pentacle, Two of Wands. There's a fork. How do I take what I've heard here? It will affect my perception of what is coming back to me. And at the same time here, Four of Pentacle, it will disturb something that has been an illusion of security maybe. Because in the Four of Pentacle, that's when we start feeling secure. And so for some people in fear, they will block at that level and stop the flow of pentacles because they're afraid to lack. Five of Pentacle. But you have to jump to the Six of Pentacle in the equal giving and receiving. So this is affecting this, your perception of what is coming towards you, and to the perception of the value of what you have. Let's look at the Four of Cups. So Four of Swords, Four of Pentacle, Four of Cups. The Moon and the Four of Wands. Well, there's the last four. So I have the Four of Wands here and I have the Moon. So this is telling me this is all unconscious anyway. But having the four fours, and this is really to, what will happen will be to make you move. Because like I was saying, the fours are this first solid formation, let's say, of energy. Of course you have the tree, which is the triangle, will give it the shape, and then the four. So four legs on a table, you have this square happening. And Wands, our will is you know, this is it, I am celebrating. That's why often it's celebrations and things like that. Emotionally it's like, oh, is that it? Okay, nothing new is coming, nothing else. And that's why it has to be like, no, look, there's more, you can always grow more. Pentacle, okay, I'm feeling secure now, you know, I'm just not just building and expressing myself, I've actually gained something. Four of Swords, well, the swords, the thoughts, they created some things and now I need to heal from them by understanding this kind of inner work happening. But it's that fixed things. So you have all of that. What are you going to do with that fixed energy of maybe this was something that has been going on for a long time that kind of took some kind of rigid aspect, and that's why it's so destabilizing. Maybe you were sure of that, you were relying on it, but this communication here puts that all in question and puts you at a fork in the road. How do I take this? Do I take this like an attack? Or do I take this like an opportunity to look at a part of myself and heal, go inside of me and gain more than what has been there. Nine of Swords. Ooh. Seven of Pentacles. So the anxiety will come from the fact that because the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, you know, it's our daily routine, it's what is around us and all of that. So it's almost like you'll be re-evaluating everything you've been doing on a daily base, the way you've been eating, the company you have, the job you've been going every day, and what is it really bringing to me? Am I at the right place? And you know, how I've been doing things every day, maybe with people or whatever, re-questioning all of that. Oh, well, okay, I'm gonna have to repair the necklace. Okay, so here I have the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. So what are you going to do with that? What are you, oops. Oh, that's nice. Here, I have Judgment. So we had Judgment here on the back of the deck. So it is kind of the will of rising your vibration that will kind of let you say, okay, I am leaving this behind. Thought I could do a reading in peace, but I guess not. So the page, show me the page. Or it is going to be that judgment, you know, that decision, that judgment. Okay, now I see what it is exactly that is going to give you the opportunity to leave that behind. And now I have the Page of Pentacle. So Page of Pentacle, Page of Pentacle. And here I have the Page of Cups, that Page of Cup, and the Five of Cup. Okay, so here is the Page of Cup, and here is the Five of Cup. So that judgment is really going to be, there's going to be a, okay, I'm really disappointed and sad about this, but I am deciding to move on, to take what that communication was really hurt me, but I am, like I said, you are going to go within, have the judgment of leave the emotional baggage that hurt you in that communication, grieve something, fire, and then move on. So then and that's the Tower, probably removing some illusions you had maybe about yourself, about the people around you, or that structure that was there for a long time that is going to crumble. Doesn't have to be like you're losing your job or anything like that. It is all going to be how you take it. Because here, how you take it, if you master your reality, it is going to be a movement forward for you with success. Let's clarify this. Show me the Chariot. Show me the Chariot. Maybe you're gonna hear, understand something you had and you've been doing unconsciously, you know. And at first you will not want to hear it. It's gonna bring up all sorts of things inside of you, and but that's part of growth, you know. I have the Page of Sword. So you do understand something. You do understand something. It is going to be like because the Page of Sword just got the Ace of Sword. So this is kind of a clarity you're going to have about a part of you, about how you've been doing things. Maybe somebody's going to say something to you. Show me the Tower for Sagittarius. The Tower. Why is the Tower here? This one wanted to come out. The Lovers. And I have the Wheel of Fortune here. So for some of you, because the Lovers is the mirrors in our lives, but also it's a decision. It's a decision we take to rise ourselves. It can be, of course, like a relationship or something like that. For some of you, you will be dealing with that with someone, but others of you, and the structure of maybe this relationship will change. Doesn't mean for the bad, means maybe that truth will make you change in a certain way, and the dynamic will change at the same time. You will understand something. There is an awakening, and there is going to be a rising in vibration. Sometimes, there are these things that even if with long-term friends or family that were never spoken, and now it comes out. And it will shock you because it comes out of something that you thought was fine and good and all of that. And so this readjustment will be so that you can move forward in a more higher vibration with that relationship here. So it could be something that you hear about that person, and it makes you reevaluate what is going to be that your relationship with them, reevaluating something. So see, there's this readjustment happening. So it's information that is going to make you reassess. For some of you, a relationship. Others of you make you take a decision, maybe about your work or about something. It's going to appear differently for you, but it's an information that shocks you and makes you reassess the situation. All right? So, on this, my beautiful Sagittarius, I'm going to wish you happy spring in the month of March, love and light. Thank you for sharing and commenting and making the channel grow. And and also for private readings, the description is below. Thank you for the ones of you that gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and the full moon, I do a ceremony to give you back. And apart from that, you can listen to your ascendant, moon, and Venus signs just to get a bigger picture on maybe on where exactly in your life this can happen. But there's a lot of transition this month happening. So on that, love and light. And I see you next month. Okay? Bye-bye.